So my role is to manage all construction projects for the corporation, which is about a $2.2 billion corporation across the entire county of San Diego. The projects that I manage range from $500 million down to the daily projects that may be $100,000. So we have about 145 projects that we're managing right now, $1 billion of approved project budgets to date, and that number is expected to double in the next 10 years. So Scripps has been an eBuilder user since the 1st of October 2010, and we use almost all the functions of eBuilder. So we've developed processes for the GCPCO, for the change order process, for field orders, and have implemented those across all projects so that we have all the information internal to the system. So one of the differences in using eBuilder from other software packages that we have had is the ability to see across the platform. In other words, to see across multiple projects, gain information and data sharing across the whole platform of the entity. That allows us to really focus our efforts to understand where we need to bring more impetus or more focus, as well as to change the processes to improve them. So the cost savings, which are not as quantifiable at this point, relate to the bidding process, where we are no longer sending out any drawings, any specifications, because they're going out electronically. Those were reimbursable costs built within the architect's package in the past, and today those costs are not there, as well as in the past the architect was putting together the entire bid package versus our project team doing that today. So we have the ability to control better what goes on the street, to get it out in a more consistent fashion, the responses to bids, because everybody who asks a question the entire team receives the answer back. It allows us to make sure that we are sharing information appropriately and that we are giving clear and concise answers. We spent 3 months in the process of going from getting a contract executed to actually going live, which was expected to be longer by many people, but we set a goal for ourselves and we were able to accomplish that goal. So like any change process, it's difficult for people to adopt new processes, whether they be the project managers, the architects, or the general contractors. The project managers, of course, we have a bit more control over as employees. The architects did not really like having all of their information exposed to the owner. Because now, rather than them giving us a CD which we had to filter through, all their information was actively managed within the process. General contractors, again, had both likes and dislikes. The likes were that they received information timely and accurately. The dislikes were that we could compare them side by side with each other because we set the bid scope versus them establishing the bid scope, which has been the old process. If we were not using eBuilder today, we would have a lack of specificity, a lack of clarity in our process, and we would see business as usual going on at many facilities, which is that you cannot use the information to improve where you're going and where you've been and where you're going. In using eBuilder, one of the things that does vary with other products that we've looked at on the market is the ability to have influence and impact on the project, on the processes. So we're able to pick up the phone, make a phone call, receive answers, and also look at how the process is going to change in the future. So that's significantly different versus other vendors who put a piece of software on the street, they offer training for it, but they never offer any communication about what would improve it, how would you change it, and that's a significant difference. This software is also more owner-directed, and that allows us to use it in that cross-pollination of projects and the sharing of information.